Hi, this is Sangeeta, and I'm a leadership growth mentor. And I'm so very thankful that all of you are here. You might be somewhere else today evening, spending your Saturday evening with somebody, your friends. Somewhere else, you might be relaxing after a week, but you chose to be here, so I'm very, very thankful to you for this. And I hope you will take note. Please have a pen and notepad so that you can take note about whatever your questions are, because you will be asking those questions at the end of my presentation, and it will take about 90 minutes of time. So I would like your full attention here at the at whatever I'm speaking, because half-heartedly if you listen to something, you will not have questions which you can't ask at the end of this webinar, and you will carry a lot of confusion about what I have to offer. So this is a very unusual thing. So let me share the screen. So today we'll be speaking about discussing about the three secrets to become resourceful, to get unstuck and take control back of your life. That is why you are stuck in your life, and you feel kind of not so enthusiastic, don't feel like doing something, and you feel that you have been sidelined, and you are not able to make an influence at your workplace, right? So let me explain to you about what is resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is about out of the box thinking, generation of new ideas, and ability to visualize all the possible ways to achieve what you desire. So it doesn't come with your education, any skill, any experience. It is just a capability, and it can be developed. And you become an inventive, enterprising entrepreneur, and you can influence at your workplace. So that is what resourcefulness is. Everybody might have heard about resourcefulness, but you haven't thought about it in your life. I also see that few people talk about it. Now, of course, many people have started talking about it. Tony Robbins says source, resource, and resourcefulness are going to be the next generation buzzword. So that is what the big companies like Microsoft, IBM, and other companies are going to take into account when they are going to recruit. So it is high time that you become a resourceful person. So any resourceful person, the first indicator is that person is not stuck, because he has so many ideas in his life that he cannot feel stuck at any point of time. This is for mid-career professionals mostly, who I see in the buses, trains, and even flights to be cribbing about their workplace issues and boss and so many things in life, but because they are feeling stuck and unfulfilled. And what you will get here after spending 90 minutes of time with me is you can design your roadmap. You can be sought after, like say you will be the only person to go to when there is a problem. You can create victories, like every day when there is everybody might be very depressed about something, but you will create a positive thing, that is I call as victories. Or if you have so 2-3 things in your life every day which you can call as positive things, positive happenings, that then you are not going to feel stuck, and you will create lot many opportunities for you as well, because the world is watching, and ready for 3x growth. 3x growth will be very less, a minimal thing for you once you establish yourself as the person who is the only person with solutions. So look for solutions and make growth obvious. That is what I say. make growth obvious. And when I was discussing whether everybody can develop leadership growth ability, so some one of my friend who is a very illustrious journalist, he says it is a behavior, it is not a skill, it is not a qualification, it is a behavior, and it can be imparted to anybody and everybody, and it is with the leader. And in this case, if you are not getting a leader, then this you should go to a mentor who can see, who can observe your positivity and can tell you how you can develop your leadership ability. Everybody has a different kind of leadership ability, and don't bother uh, about which one you have, because any leadership ability will have these aspects. Um, some common factors like say risk taking ability, the ability to appreciate everybody, appreciate self, everybody, and be positive all the time. He looks everything at a positive note. So that is the indication. And somebody, you would like to be with somebody who is always positive, right? So you can become one. And if you are positive, you are not stuck. You feel fulfilled, right? And what is required? Leadership growth. That is what you require, right? And leadership is a behavior, as I say. Why? So I am Sangeeta, and so far I have trained 18,000 professionals to impact about 1 crore lives since 2008. And they are doing great themselves. Whoever I have trained, they are doing great themselves, and they are very unique professionals, very unique persons in themselves. Nobody was very alike like the other. And enhancing people's lives in many ways. Wherever they are very positive, they are thinking positive, and they are going positive towards positive, even if there are problems. Problems are everywhere. Problems are part and parcel of life. You will agree with me. And I found at least two skills in everybody in which they didn't make use before. They knew they had those skills, but they didn't know that those skills can be of use. So that is what I did and took advantage of that. In the process, they also got trained, and now they use those skills. Everybody is very different, I'll tell you. So why I'm doing this? Creative utilization of energy. As I told you, people are very negative about their workplace, their life, their growth, their relationships, many things. But what will happen? There will be some negative situations in your life all the time. But how to be positive under those situations? Because if you creep, then those situations will not go away, or those situations will not stop to come, right? So that is what I do. So how to utilize your energy in a positive sense? And the second thing I do is handle negativity and distraction. Many things distract you. You go for comparison. Might be some other things also we can figure out when we come to the course. But how to handle negativity, that is what I do. And give yourself time to find your own potential. So give time. It doesn't occur to you all of a sudden. Even if you are not coming to me, there are known ways. If you speak to me for say 30 minutes, I can figure out what positive qualities you have. But if you are not coming to me, you have to figure it out all for yourself. So give yourself time. Even you can figure out if you can be positive all the time. So these are the three reasons why I do it, to help creativity in you, to help positivism in you, and you can become more. That is how you can be a resource, right? And defining moments in my life, how I started to do this is, is my childhood trainings that I got from my father. He told me these things. So these are very indirect way of things which I learned and which I used for making others good. So be a kingmaker, leverage. Be a kingmaker means you are not going to be the king. Somebody else will become, but by him becoming the king, becoming the leader, you can leverage his capability. That person will have some capabilities which you don't have, but you can leverage that person's capability. So you help him to rise. That is how you will grow. When the other person grows, you grow, is the bottom line in this. The second is start small and build upon that compounding effect. So when I was a kid, once my class teacher was asking me to write a page because the usual teacher was not there. So this teacher came and gave some work to do to the students. The students were making noises and all. So I started writing one page, just copying a page, right? So everybody else I saw, they were trying to perfect their handwriting so that the teacher can appreciate. And in that process, they were like say writing page after page and discarding after writing one line or so. So what I did was I continued writing no matter what my handwriting was. So what happened? After 15 minutes, I completed a page, and the teacher appreciated that. It was my handwriting was not very good, but it was when you stick to some discipline about the margins and the equidistance between the lines, then it also looks good if you are very organized. So start small, so, and build on that slowly. It will become something spectacular which will be appreciated by everybody. If you start something, discard, then start something else, then discard, then nothing goes to be built, right? So that is the second thing I learned from experience. And allow the credit to go to somebody else. If you allow somebody else to take the credit, then you can achieve more, because that person will be an ally for you, a friend for you, who will do anything for you, because you are allowing the credit, you are not taking the credit. So if my mentor says, if you allow the credit to go to somebody else, you can achieve much more. And if you can achieve much more, what does that mean? You will be versatile, you will be master of many skills, many things, many achievements, and you will be profuse. You will have a lot of things. Say credit goes to one person, right? But the insight comes to you, right? That is why your skill will be built over a period of time, and it all integrates to make you your personality, and then it makes you unique. Just because you have allowed everybody to grow under you, with you, along with you, right? Be a decision maker, become a quick action taker, you will get done a lot. So I see it nowadays when you ask, like say there is a group which I am part of, and every day I post some good morning messages, some positive messages. So last few days I was so very busy I couldn't post. I didn't know that people notice that. Then somebody called me asking, why are you not posting out there? You should be regular in that. I said, if you are saying that you are missing my post, then why don't you post? Because you are also part of the community, right? Why are you not posting? So he said, yeah, I could post, right? But a decision, it takes a lot of time to make that decision to post, right? Posting is what work, that is not a work. Like say you just post anything, anywhere, everywhere, right? For that also, such a small thing also will not happen, not that this becomes a, like say, burden to you, so much so that you cannot post even. So if you are not, if you haven't developed the habit of making decisions, then when actually you have to take a decision, you will not be able to take a decision. And decision making, quick decision making is a leadership quality, you know. And put 5% more effort in finding facts now, so that you don't have to work all over again. So another time if you start, then it will take, say, 95% more time, right? So whatever question you right now have, Just figure out what is the answer to it, right? It will take just 5 minutes. But if you forget to find out the answer to that, then it will compound because it will stay. The confusion will stay, and it will go on to add another big confusion somewhere else. So that is how it gets compounded. Even the negative things gets compounded. So don't allow those negative things to get compounded in your head, right? So these are the defining moments in my life. I used at various stages in various permutations and combinations. Then first experience of resourcefulness happened when I attended a HR workshop wherein I was the participants from the smallest of organization. About 10 organizations were participating in that, and the biggest organization was like say had a HR policy. Everybody has a HR policy, and it was required that in a workshop, HR workshop, everybody is required to present their HR policy so that a discussion can happen. So in my organization there was no HR policy, so I took some time off and designed a HR policy and presented it. It was highly appreciated. I'm not from HR background, I'm a mathematics postgraduate, and there is no clue to me about HR policy. But while working, I had seen three levels of HR which were recruited or engaged to do our work. So I designed a draft policy, and it was highly appreciated. And after 2 years, I applied in that biggest company. So on the basis of this achievement, this was a resourcefulness, right? On the basis of this achievement, I was recommended for recruitment. So I got recruited to that company because of my resourcefulness 2 years before, right? So it was not an advertised job. It was just I applied so that I could be observed somewhere, and I was observed, right? So this was the first experience that I had. And so if I had this experience, and all my life I would add that I was always recruited because of resourcefulness. I remember that I was just engaged in a workshop where Mr. Sawan Kapoor was telling that your red diamond job is somewhere. You need to explore that. Like say, unwittingly, I was doing that all my life. There was no job published, but I found out a job for myself everywhere I had applied. So if that is so, there is no question of dissatisfaction, right? You are getting into your dream job. You are asking for a job and you are getting it. So, but industry data says what are the factors contributing to dissatisfaction and stagnancy? Everybody knows salary, relationship with boss, work conditions, supervision, micromanagement, relationship with peers. These are the reasons why people are dissatisfied. Everybody is dissatisfied more than say 50% almost on an average. But the same factors which are reasons for dissatisfaction, those are also the reasons for satisfaction for some other people. If you see the white bar, this is an experiment against the black bar where it says that people are satisfied about this condition also. So these can be put in a positive manner so that in a transparent way so that the employee feels satisfied, right? He likes to work. So suppose I understand that it will not be possible in every organization, and most of the organization they are not aware of these kind of situation. How to be like say good for those appealing for these kind of employees whom they require. Suppose you are a person in those kind of company where there is no understanding of those factors, how to make appealing for this HR. So you decide to quit, right? If you decide to quit, then 80 to 90% of people in the industry, the industry data says that they take about 3 to 5 years to get the next job. So what do you do while you are in this job? You are at less than 20% productivity. So just think over this. If you are for 3 to 5 years at less than 20% productivity level, then what you will say in the next interview when people will ask, tell about your last job. That is a frequent question, right? You will not tell that the organization was bad. That is a bad answer, you know. So when you judge your last organization, then this organization also will be threatened. They will also think that this person has a judgmental attitude and they will not recruit you. So you can't say that you are not doing anything. So instead of wasting 3 to 5 years of your productive time, you can do something. And what can you do if you are feeling stuck and also really the situation is bad, right? You are not in control. So I did a market research in LinkedIn where only 4 options are allowed. So I asked what is missing in your life which you can do nothing about, or so you think. So about 4,700 people viewed it. Only 49 people voted, and there were 3 reactions, right? So what did the other people did? What did the other people do? Out of the 4,700 views, only 49 people voted. That means 4,600 people they only viewed. And if you look at this, they 16% and 14%, they told that dignity and respect is missing in their life, and they are looking for alternative. And tell me what else? Those there were for 22%. And if we take all these people, so each of them, they are looking for some kind of alternative. Nobody is kind of satisfied. They are not completely 100% satisfied, whoever viewed this, right? And even if we take 50% of them, those 50%, those other people, those 4,600 people could have voted something else. And they would have told me that there is something else in their life. They are positive something, but they didn't vote. That means they are neutral. And that also implies that they have resigned to their life. They are thinking that nothing is going to be possible in their life anymore, right? So not all the issues are workplace related. This is based on another market research that I did, and not all the issues are marketplace related. Here are the issues I got. Whatever issues you are looking in white are the workplace related issues we saw. Others are like comparison, fear of left behind, unsure of next course of action, lack of consistency, relationship with spouse, self-doubt, motivation, inspiration, friction with friends, lack of self-acceptance, asking for help, finding more pain than pleasure, no sharing, fear of change, fear of failure, something amiss, fear of getting judged, slave mindset, restlessness, concentration and planning deficit. These are uh, factors of getting stagnant is what people told me, right? These are not workplace issues, so you can't blame workplace as the only source of problem that you are facing, right? You are facing some other problems also, and if you see closely, those are mindset related issues, perceptional issues, habit issues, actions issues, right? So, how to deal with this? So, do I have the permission to tell a little about myself? So, my mission is to impact 1 billion lives with 1 lakh super performing global players in 139 countries with $1 billion enterprise, right? I want to find out 1 lakh like myself who who can actually impact people. They will think like me or better than me and impact 1 billion lives. And the system that I have created is called Resourceful Influencers Club. And three secrets of resourceful influencing is: secret one, the resourceful person wins continuous recognition and growth. And secret two is how to succeed and achieve your goals despite organization related struggles. And secret three is the big secret to stay relevant without feeling burnt out. That is a secret still. Secret three is a secret, right? Secret one. So here is my blueprint. How you can be resourceful, who wins continuous recognition and growth. So I start with this drip technique with a half method. That is what I call, and that is how with this method and this technique you can achieve leadership growth, and that is how you can influence at your organization level. So the first item I choose is to be different. How to differentiate yourself from the rest. That is the first thing that I teach. Then resilience, you have to build on whatever differentiation you have so that you can earn credibility. Then with that credibility you influence the management, and something is beyond influencing other people and get ahead. You can be on your own. So that is the prominence level. Sometimes you will be entirely eliminating yourself out of the situation. Then what? You will take yourself somewhere else beyond this small space of your workplace. You are destined for something bigger. You need to find out that. So how would you do that? So the method I have devised is, it is a little shifts in attitude, habit, action and perception that you have right now, right? It has nothing to do with your organization, your educational skill or qualification. See how I did this, right? How I did this. So once I got into this bigger company, I got my first project to enumerate about 44 lakh women in 2 months. That means about 75,000 women in one day, per day. So for that, I had to recruit 2,500 people per day, and assuming that everybody does 30 women per day, but everybody out of those 2,500 will not stay for entire 2 months. So that is why I recruited about 5 times more, about 12,000 people I had recruited to complete the work in 2 months. So I had trained those 12,000 people. I had arranged for their documentation, logistic, everything, and did like say helped the work done. So one of the colleagues that time says, when each team member is struggling with reports, reconciliation, documentation, payment and other things, how do you manage to have everything done and complete in time and available always to help us also? The second thing, the senior team leader, Ms. Priti Sahaya, told, how do you manage team members whom you have never known before, even in remote places? So it was a place management and people management along with that. And after that, I got another project under a CSC project, under National E-Governance, under which I had trained about 1,500 local people to man 239 kiosks, which were connected to a central server, and it was about data connectivity in that, and uh, about that project, the national head told me he was appreciating me. One can count on you even if you are traveling on train to send important documents. So I was without fail. I was very efficient, and that is what my seniors say, and I also am proud of it. And many people, they don't start so they there is no possibility of them being efficient, right? And the second thing is, there was an issue Meghalaya, if you know, it was in Meghalaya, if you know, it has a very irregular terrain, so even the broadband doesn't work. So what was the solution? It was very essential for this kiosk to be connected to the central server at Ceylon. So I proposed data card and VSAT. I am not a technical person. I just looked for solution, right? So um, B.S. Rinja, head of NIC Meghalaya, told, how did you think about data card and VSAT about communication solution when we couldn't think of this? See, if you look, even if you have qualification, even if you have experience, you can't think of it if you are not looking at solution, right? So that is what I told him because I was looking for a solution. And Miss Carmlong Cherrapunji CSC, she told me I wouldn't have, like say in the CSC, there has to be a means of income generation, right? Otherwise, how would this CSC owners would survive? So I had created a business plan, like say 5 rupees in the Xerox copy, 5 rupees in printing something, like say it is utility card, like say land documents, birth certificate, anything. So on every printing, every activity done, there is a margin of how much it will cost. So suppose somebody comes to Shillong from that remote area. So there were 7 districts in Meghalaya, and if people come from remote area to Shillong, there was no guarantee that their work will be done in one day. They have to stay back, and it was an expense of at least 5,000 rupees. Instead of that, if the service is available at their doorstep for 25 rupees or 30 rupees, everybody was gladly paying. So that business plan I had devised for it was a simple thing, but it was a big achievement back then because there were not many people were agreeing to come to help this CSC being installed. Nowadays, of course, in Meghalaya, for each CSC, people have to deposit about 3 to 4 lakh rupees to take the charge of a CSC. After that, I took alternatives in a project in Bandhavgarh area, which is eastern Madhya Pradesh. It is a Bandhavgarh tiger reserve. So the fringe villages were food scarce. Like the people didn't have much to eat. After 3 months food, they were like say they had to depend on the forest for something, and it was a tiger reserve without fence. So people were going to the core and were getting killed. So the forest department asked us to do something for the people. So we had devised an alternative livelihood solution. So for the illiterate people who were not very exposed, we took the agricultural route. So when I went to the KVK to ask for some training to be given to the locals, they were saying, "Yeah, madam, आप तो बहुत जंगल में घुस के काम करते हो. We are not going to go there. Why don't you bring the ladies to the block level so that we can train?" So those ladies who were not habituated Ghungat mein and they were not habituated to uh, get out of their home except going to the forest, how can they come to block level? But fast forward in 4 years, those ladies came in. They were in 28 SHG groups, self-help groups, and then they federated themselves into a federation and they generated about 36 lakh corpus. I'll tell that story some other day when you come to my course, right? And they became food scarce to food sufficient. They had so much of food to sell that in front of the society there were, like I said, 1.5 kilometers of long line to sell their produce, right? And ladies became leaders. Here, they first year I taught them about the SRI system of root intensification, whom I taught the ladies, the 500 ladies who were illiterate, and they were trained. Each person I had given some little thing of which she became the master, like say mustard nursery somebody, papaya nursery somebody else, chili nursery somebody else, seed treatment somebody, drip irrigation somebody, root treatment another person. Like this I had given responsibility. Beekeeping another person, bookkeeping another person. So you know na, these are the things I had trained them with. And the second season I taught them about mustard cultivation. So it was not me. About 115 farmers took mustard cultivation and they broke the record of Madhya Pradesh. And their minimum was 12 quintals and maximum was 24 quintals per acre. If you check national average, it is like say per hectare about 12 quintals or so. So they broke the national average also. We didn't check, of course. So we, of course, definitely we broke Madhya Pradesh record. So that is what the ladies done, the farmers in the picture, and the crop estimate was done by Jawaharlal Krishi University's vice chancellor, right? And these were the 500 ladies, these were the board members of two clusters. They form into two clusters, and these are the ladies of the respective board of the clusters. And from these, ladies were chosen to the final board of 11 people, right? In 2013, there was a convention in Gujarat, farmer convention, to which the farmers of this area went, and they were felicitated by the then Chief Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. He was the Gujarat Chief Minister that time in 2013, right? And this was another win for those ladies. Another one got CII award of 1.5 lakh cash award. She was felicitated because of her idea of micro capital. Punji is the kunji. That is what she told. So, and she was felicitated by the then industry minister, Mr. Anand Sharma. And MS Swaminathan award was won by Mr. Chandra Prakash, who was a beekeeper, a lead farmer, and this was one of the things. Lalli Bai went on to win her contribution for her contribution in SSG formation from the Andhra Pradesh governor that time. So this is Jishu Chakraborty, my colleague, who says that uncanny talent to spot talent in others. About me, he says, he was my colleague, he is now a UNDP officer. And this is Mukesh Kewat, who was a grassroots worker with me, not much educated, but he is the CEO of the farmer producer organization out there, which has about 1.5 crore turnover by now. And see, he says, I can dream big because of her training. And I headed the HR in a company of 500 employees, right? In which this I also helped the company to win many awards. This one is an award from ICICI Foundation, and developed the second rank leaders. So Moni joined me as a HR executive, and she now has grown to HR manager level. And she is a very dependable person, and she is the go-to person in HR. Although there is a different HR head, but she is the person with the responsibility. Resourcefulness. Now, let us come to the secret number 2, how to succeed and achieve your goals despite organization-related struggles. Now, you will say that everything came in a platter to me. That was not so. I had to struggle a lot also. So let us see what struggles I had to face. All of us face this struggle, right? The big company where I was recruited to collapsed in 2010. So I had to, and I was sidelined for promotion twice in 2010 and 2015. Although there was a chance for me to continue in that company, I chose to go to a sister company. Wrong appraisal, too disciplined to be human. When there is no wrong thing the boss can pick up, then they evaluate you or remark this was in 2009. Not given budget resources to serve the clients in 2009 and 2016. And these were the boss problem, right? I had the boss problem. I was taken out of field operation twice. So when in 2009 I was taken out of field operation, I designed an ecotourism project for them, which is running even now since 2009. It has been, say, more than 11, 12 years now. And in 2016, I was not given budget to serve clients. It was 2015 when I was the HR head. I designed the incentive. That was when I was the HR head, and I say that I was sidelined for because my rank didn't increase, but my power increased. So that was a perceptional thing, a wrong thing for me. I now realize that I had much more power than a vice president. And so I designed the incentive for the grassroots workers. There were 40 kinds of projects going on. So I designed the incentive. The lower level, the lowest level people, if they are not working, then we are not actually achieving. That is what my motto was. And because that time I had a friction with my management because of this attitude of mine, which is followed right now. But that time it was a big blow to the management's attitude. So they took me out from there and they sent me again to field to revive a dead watershed, which I did in 2016. It was a 2 years dead. No, nothing was happening, but I revived that within, say, 3, 4 months and got going. Here, this is a picture of Jharkhand where I was there. And I was at a place which is Naxal affected, and I worked along with the Naxals, right? Some rules I adopted, not to fit in. I didn't fit in anywhere. I don't bother whether the other person is appreciating me or not, because I have a very clear viewpoint about what I do. I distance from the negative people or from people who are not agreeing with me, because if you want to tell them, they are not going to listen to as it is. So why to waste energy? Third is let go. Even if they are negative, it is not a positive thing for me to keep that in mind, because that will not help me to do creative thing that I have done in while I was sidelined. Evidence may show later. So as I say, people are accepting whatever I had done that time, whatever work I had suggested that time. So evidence will come after and people will appreciate afterwards. That is always there. No comparison. I didn't compare myself with anybody significantly, although I accept that when I was promoted to be HR head, my rank should have gone up. So I had compared for some time, but again, it didn't matter, right? And being in B zone. So whatever I am in that zone, and I will be doing according to that only. This may look that I am very, very strong-minded, fastidious or something, but if you are not obsessed with your work, with your thought process, then although there is a risk of getting like say fastidious in your approach, but that also helps you to perform in a certain direction. Of course, one needs balance, right? And in Khunti, Jharkhand, when I was there, Subodh Maji, who was my colleague, later on he became Panchayat Secretary of Khunti, he says she finds a way out for herself and others. And in less than a year, she has revised the women groups tremendously. This is what the soil conservation officer of Khunti told me. Now, secret three. The big secret to stay relevant without feeling burnt out. See, when you are in a very limited place, you are doing something, then even if there will be one time when you will be shifted from there, and the circumstances will be somebody will sideline you, somebody will like say disrespect you. All those will be reasons why you will be moving on, right? But if you are destined for a bigger reason, bigger purpose in life, then universe will present you with these challenges. If you if you realize this, then you will soon be appreciating why you were moved out from that place. So all my movements, so far what I have seen is the moment I decide that this is the place where I'll stay, I have been moved from that place, to another responsibility, a bigger responsibility always. So that has been my uh, journey, my roadmap so far. So how to stay prominent? I have always got bigger and bigger responsibilities, and I'm getting there, right? I have not yet achieved the thing that I have been destined for. So I have now written down my destiny. I have to impact 1 billion lives in 139 countries by training 1 lakh people to be like me or better than me. So that is the secret three. This is where your mission comes. This is where your goal comes. The earlier you discover your goal, the mission, the better. Because this is secret number three. This is how you will remain prominent. And time to have depth rather than spread. So this is the time when all your experiences get integrated and you do certain things right now, right? So what I did after I resigned from my last job of that in that big company in 2017, I did 11 farmer producer organizations in Sikkim in 3 months. Normally, each farmer producer organization takes about 1.5 years. So 11 I did in just 3 months. I took advantage of some of the existing situation because it was Sikkim. There is organic farming since 2004, and people were organized as it is, but they were not recorded. So that record actually I found out. Sikkim is a very small state, and if you want to reach out to the chief secretary also, he will be available in 10 minutes if he is there. He is if he's not out of station. So that was the advantage. I took information from him because if I reach out to him, everybody will provide me information. So that is how I mobilized with the local leaders that I trained, how to mobilize them. And with that, it was whatever I have done, it was not single handedly. It was because I was able to train the local people and local resources. That is what resourcefulness I am talking about. Because I trained them. I did 11 farmer producer. It was not single handedly, it was with the help of many people in the ground. And I had to train them, and I had to form a team so that they will work for me. That is how we had done. The second thing I am focusing on is affordable housing. So all my life I have worked on livelihoods and training people. So right now I have made that into a single slogan: solar efficient, disaster resilient, sustainable, affordable housing to economically weaker section of the society, which is 37 crore houses in next 8 years. That has been my goal. So with that, I'll be training many more in India, right? And I have started small. I have started small. Last 4 years I am working on this, and these are the preparatory stage with which I'll be getting to my goal soon after this year. Because within even during the COVID, I had progressed. I had talked to many stakeholders, and once the field reality is very clear, then work will grow at a very fast pace. And this has been across India. So I have started small, and this is a picture with Nobel laureate Professor Muhammad Yunus, and he talks about small enterprise to counter the climate resilience and climatic disasters. So that has been my experience within livelihoods, organic farming with uh, organic farming with local millets and all. That is what I have been working. So I have integrated those learnings of mine into his purpose. So it will become world famous also in short time. That is what also is possible. See, whatever experience I had done and whatever opportunity is right now, that is what I am encashing, right? So this is what resourcefulness is. And mind you, it will not be done single-handedly. I will bring in many people into the fold, and all of them will be trained for this purpose. And everybody with the same mindset will achieve this impossible looking goal and fight disaster related helplessness. When it floods in Bangladesh, what happens, entire house goes underwater. And when cyclone happens in Orissa, in 2019, about 3.5 lakh houses were destroyed, and those are still to be built. So these are the two challenges that we have. And in the advocacy space, this is where I am speaking along with the finance secretary of Orissa, where he came to know that even 3.5 lakh houses were not yet built. He didn't know. He didn't know. Even after 2 years, people don't know unless you shout, unless you make noise. People at the top, they don't know. People who are not related to this sector, they don't know. So you have to bring them together, right? So this was part of my work. And this is Mr. Vivek Mehrotra with the second stage of my thing. Whatever I have been doing, everything will not be possible without technology. So he told me, Vivek Mehrotra is my mentor, who is a law of attraction expert. I had come to him for law of attraction because that was the subject I was interested in. But over the course of discussion, he told me that you'll make a great coach, online coach. So my life shifted from being just an implementer, just a team builder, to a coach, because this has become my mission. And I talk so much about mentoring people, that it has been like, say, it feels like as if I was always talking about this. I was not. It is only last 3 years that I have realized that I can be a coach. That is what I am so very grateful to my guru. And yes, I have taken that step. Now, onto the online space, that was the reason why I have come. Because I can train lot many people in the online space than the physical space, offline, right? And this is Siddharth Rajsekar, the new age educator, who is the mentor of my mentor, Mr. Vivek Mehrotra. And he has a system of training me, wherein I have just qualified his first space, which is why he is interviewing me, right? And this is the certificate I have got from him. This is the first stage I have qualified. And these are the mastermind, the number of leaders, mentors I am learning from. I am learning from these many mentors. And if you are to be a person of resourcefulness, you have to learn all the time from many people. So these are the mentors who are the ones from whom I am learning. And this is Mr. Blair Singer, the coach of Robert Kiyosaki. And whoever you are seeing in this screen, all of them have been trained by Mr. Blair Singer. This is me with Blair Singer in a training program. This is where he is speaking like, I'm here to teach you what I have learned and help you achieve what you achieve with my insight. It may not be entire solution, but this is how I have got going. This is what I have learned from him. It's a great opportunity to be under his stewardess. And few of my online clients, these are the testimonials from my online clients who are saying that she is extremely talented and mature in her work. She coaches well. She pushes you to deliver and reach your best. Great coach. Thank you. Looking forward to working with her again soon. And this is Rana Sabir, who has worked with me during the COVID period. So it became an online thing only. So she learned about the market research and also how to do reporting. She was a media and marketing intern. And another person who was a DGM credit about 2.5 years back, he was not getting any opportunity for last 2.5 years back. He started getting opportunities and he is now a VP credit, Vice President. So here is something: Apple, Google, Amazon, big things have small beginnings, right? So this is from where I have learned, start small. And in my course, let me, if with your permission, let me tell a bit about the curriculum that you will learn to become like this, to achieve like this. This is a bundle of one flagship course plus 5 bonuses. Let me explain a little. This is designed to endow you with resourcefulness. So the flagship course is about make your last few days year unique. Like say after you have resigned, how you can make your stay unique till you are here. What you do which nobody can replicate. How would you create your enterprise while in job? How to reach to an unpublished job? These are the flagship course issues which you will learn over a period of time. You have to invest your time and money to learn this, as I have learned. And the flagship course is about 4 days course where you will learn Reborn with Resourcefulness, core value set priorities, standing out in a crowd, goal setting you will learn, backstories of resourceful influencing, self-reflection, and unusual leadership style. That is the difference. This is a dream tracker I have designed for myself till March 28th. It was designed in 2020. Everything doesn't happen as you predict or plan, but this is at least a roadmap. You will know that the strangest thing about a dream tracker is the moment you design something, no, you will know what you want. You know what you will want. So similar dream tracker will be designed for you too. So, and things will not happen the way I have designed, but it will happen what I want. That is for sure, right? And day two, and these are the additional reading, which reading and exercises what you will do in the 30 days challenge. So these are the already things that I have worked out, which you will do as a habit. Only in 30 days you will be transformed. Day 2 course is about give up little later. Belief is a precursor to behaviors, aptitude and perception. Resourceful is you and around, trust building and team acceptance. And these are the extras that you will learn in 30 days challenge. You will do these exercises. Day 3 is about resourcefulness towards what? Achievement. Oh, sorry. Self-track the learning pattern, innovate and resolve, team game, emotional resilience, steady growth. And these are again the additional thing, climb the ladder. Day 4 is shifting paradigm. As I said, it is about attitude, action, habit, and perception. Mindset for greener opportunities. Find your vision and decide your version. Taking action right away. Money management talks. Take a stand and stand by it. Constructive exchange to improve adversity quotient, small actions step to the journey of 1,000 miles, trust in relationships, hand on before automation, on the move, right? So these are the extra thing, deep learning, sensibility, wellness of graph, and the 5 bonuses are the internal patterns, power of within, how to have morning thoughts come true. Internal patterns is what? Like say the self talk that goes on inside you, and what you decide within your mind, that is what you execute, right? So you have a control? Yes, you have. How you would power of yourself within. And that is a simple morning routine you need to take care of. Why to build a big team with divergent beliefs and behaviors? Deal mindset at a workplace of 3 months duration, new insight to fine tuning the goals, what can make you worth more. And these are again the additional studies that you will do during the 30 days challenge. Mindfulness is about soul search. You will do be and have a third party syndrome, being in silence while working. These are very interesting videos. Morning and bedtime gratitude. And these are small exercises which will make the thing for you. ABC plans are 3 models to execute instead of one. Managing ambiguity. And these are again the supplementaries that you will be getting in the 30 days challenge in level 2. If you go to level 2, right now I'm talking about level 1. And continuous upgrade is process versus result. Slowly you have to upgrade yourself every time. The race starts from a marathon. Once you have to do a small running, then you sprint, right? Inherent attitude to put process first, ahead of win. Raise the bar, elevate standards. Mindset reset, positive angles to each story. See, each of these is a story, right? And you have to interpret from it as to how you can take from this. So there is no time in this webinar, so I am going quick. But if you come to my course, then these will be stories. These will be very great stories. Small stories, but great stories you have to interpret from. Pursuing with integrity, core intentions. And those are the additional thing that you will get to exercise in level 2. Delegate appropriate is the fourth bonus, which is about mentoring. You cannot make a fish climb a tree, right? So second rank nurturing, as I have done during my thing, a leader has to have the second rank to become like him or more. The fish gets to swim and the bird to fly. Beginner to master and star and beyond. Get more regular self-evaluation, acknowledge contribution, and these are the again the extras that you will be getting in level 3. Turn with self-assess yourself. And the fifth one is joypreneurship. This is about joy. Creative diversion, direction with passion, inventing in a new skill, monetizing the skill, teach while learning, social cause, social enterprise, and start small, inhabit the world. You will be a global citizen soon. And these are again joy. And these are additional in your level 2 30 days challenge. And the entire bundle is leadership growth blueprint bundle right now. Influence with resourcefulness, growing inner strength, building credibility, being resilient, implant influence, and anticipating and preparing for change. This is what you will learn. And the entire bonus is about bonus, and the course is of 59,994. And what you will accomplish during this thing, the level 1 that I am talking about will be a 14-week class, right? It will be a 14-week class. And what you will learn? Story of your invisible uniqueness which escaped you so far. The summit of achievement and wisdom that had many failures. Help your boss discover the ultimate clue towards his stardom. Look at your colleagues with a different set of assumptions. Relive the pre-wedding days with your spouse. Identify the one thing you want right in this moment to be happy. What all you would like to be doing next 90 days. Your aspirations. Undergone a bad day today. Turn it into a positive story. Observe any incidents to be bringing an insight to you. Tell a story as to how your action changed a troublesome person to your best supporter. You can change your workplace from toxic to benevolent. Being known for being a proactive person, contribute wherever you can. Become a go-to person. Build your reputation further. Spread to 5 areas of specialty and then integrate to build depth. Continue to build that identity. Ensure being leadership material. These are the 15 things that you will learn as a result of level 1. Level 1, right? With these 15 outcomes, you will graduate from level 1. And if you have any questions, we'll stop share. You can write to me at mail at leadingwithsangeeta.com. That will be the if you have any question, or if you have some questions, you can rightly ask me. And the level 1 course is just 5,999 for this 15 classes, and it will be available to you for lifetime. And along with that, whatever I'll be discovering in the subsequent batches, it all will come to you. All the solutions will come to you, right? So, if you are okay with this, then the webinar price is 5,999. And if you don't have any question, I'll end it here. Thank you.